Hello and welcome to the iconic Odsal Stadium. We're here this afternoon for the Championship and League One finals of the women's competitions. First up, it's the League One final. It's Sheffield Eagles taking on Illingworth. And I tell you what, this could be an absolute classic. Earlier on in the season it was 28-24 to the Eagles in Illingworth, before 3 weeks ago they defeated Illingworth by 30 points to 6. Let us run through the two sides. My name's Dave Parkinson, by the way. I'll be taking you through all the action of both of these games today, so we'll look at how both of these sides line up, starting first of all with the Sheffield Eagles, who've got Danny Green at full back. Then it's a back line of Ellie Tiffin, Claire Fisher, Phoebe Evans and Tori Thomas. In the halves it's Lisa Parker and vice-captain Sarah Palmer. In the front row it's Caps OJ, Agnes Wood and Jessica Sales. Simone Saunders, Beth Arnold and Pete Lendon, the skipper, make up the back row. And then it's a lengthy bench of Molly Haglington, Oliver Mulvey, Jenny Crofts, Helen Teasdale, Aidan Cottrell-Colbeck, Taylor Coates and Nell Colclough. And now if we have a look at how the Illingworth side lines up, they line up with Holly Waddington, who spent time with Huddersfield Giants, Tira Murphy, Lilibel Hunter, Charlotte McAuliffe and Neve Cresswell in the back line. In the halves it's Summer Hunter and Angel Bentley. Sienna McPherson, who's also spent time with Huddersfield Giants, alongside Jess Oldroyd and Debbie Smith in the front row. A back row of Emily Maudsley, Gabby Caney and Julia Lowry. And then it's a lengthy bench of Mary McDermott, Bryony Crashaw, May Takiko, Cody Waller, Regan Walker, Holly Kirby and Lizzie Stubley. Our referee for today's game is Zach Brooker, and it looks like they're setting off early. And it's going to be Regan Walker to get us underway. So we've already had a slight change in the team sheet. She was initially named on the bench. And with the very first kick of the game, it's gone out on the full, so it's a penalty to Sheffield Eagles. So just underway in front of us here. That's not how you would have wanted to start a grand final, but plenty of nerves, I'd imagine, amongst both of these sets of players. So Sheffield already pushing their way forward to the 40 metre line. They'll get themselves organised, so it's Agnes Wood who'll take possession now. Crashing way forward go Sheffield Eagles to the edge of the 20 metre line, getting themselves organised. Play back underway. One pass to the right hand side, and already the Eagles inside the 20 metre line through Beth Arnold. Arnold 12 metres from the line, directly in front of the post. She'll play it off to Wood. Wood scoops it and sends it right to that player Lendon. Lendon 16 tries this season, 5 metres from the try line, held up, and she'll play it to Wood, and it's out to this right hand side. Through hands it goes. Nice movement already. And then an incisive run from Phoebe Evans, just brought down short by opposite number Charlotte McAuliffe. And they dive over from dummy half, the first score of the game. It goes the way of Sheffield Eagles, and it's that lady Agnes Wood. Wood has been in fantastic form this season, her 19th try of the campaign. Very fresh to that position this season, in this very first season for the Sheffield Eagles. But what a start for them. They've dived over from dummy half, and let's just take another look at this. So it all came from that run there. Initially it looked like Jessica Sales was going to go in at dummy half, but then Wood said no, that's mine, and she proved ever so alert out of dummy half. We'll just have another look at it now. Really like this from Wood. Dives in, looks up, sees that they're not really set. Oh, and that just looks so simple. They're the sort of tries that you love to score and you hate to concede. So it's first blood to Sheffield Eagles. They lead by 4 points to 0. This kick to come from Danielle Green. Green, 93 goals this season. And I tell you what, you can see why. That's a fantastic strike, straight between the H's. 6 points to 0. What a start for Sheffield Eagles. And again, it came off the back of a very, very strong run. And straight out of dummy half. Ever so aware. Just looked up, saw that they were a bit set there, and that Eagle is happy. And you could say the Eagles have landed after that first try. 6 points to 0 in this one to Sheffield. Almost 3 minutes of the first half gone. The start to the game caught us all by surprise. Originally scheduled for 12:45 kickoff. I'm sure they went a couple of minutes early, but hey, we don't mind. Means that things keep pretty timely, but we nearly missed it. So Zach Brooker is our match referee. He's just making sure that everybody's on the halfway line and everyone's onside. Regan Walker gets us back underway. Much better kick-off, hits the floor, picked up by the Eagles, who'll run it from deep. That's a good run from Simone Saunders. Saunders plays it to Wood. Wood scoops it infield. Nice passing there from Parker, and great defence as well. Straight in there was Walker and Sienna McPherson with the tackling. Now they'll switch it out to the left hand side. Nice play from the Eagles again, running strongly in the middle of the field, getting over halfway. Quick play the ball as well for Wood, but there's an injury stoppage just for Sienna McPherson, who manages to get to her feet, but she doesn't look well holding that shoulder. She really did put everything into that particular tackle. Hopefully she's going to be good to continue. One of a couple of players that have Women's Super League experience, but she is being led to the touchline for the moment. So on in her place will come Lizzie Stubley. Not the sort of change that you'd be wanting to make 4 minutes into the game. Let's hope that everything's okay with McPherson. But the game back underway. And Palmer sends it down that left hand side. Nice work from Green out to her outside backs, who are tackled just 5 metres in from the touchline. Woody's across there, feeds it infield. Lovely movement. There's Lendon, all wrapped up by two in the middle of the field. They'll play this ball back 25 metres out. It comes to the right hand side, continues to come down that way. There's O'Shea, good run from O'Shea. O'Shea over the 10 metre line, still going through the tackles, but eventually brought down, and that was the last tackle. So it is going to be turnover possession, and Illingworth will get to use the ball for the first time in this game, almost 5 minutes in. Having conceded a couple of penalties, they've been had dearth of tackling to do. As running across the field is Holly Waddington, eventually makes some ground, dragged a couple of defenders sideways, eventually tackled by Lendon. 12 metres from their own line, Illingworth. Passed into the middle. There's Debbie Smith. Slips the ball out, so it goes to ground. The Eagles could quickly get on it, and it's Sarah Palmer who's dropped on it quickly in the middle of the field. So Eagles in decent field position. Away comes Wood again from dummy half. Twisting, spinning, turning inside the 10 metre line, just to the right hand side of the post. Palmer looking to put the ball right through Parker. And then taking the delayed pass was Saunders. Saunders eventually wrapped up just 5 metres away from the line. Wood again, looking sprightly, pops it right. I'm not sure how much that pass was expected for OJ, but she's burrowed her way forward, and that is a great try from the prop forward, actually getting through and going right past a couple of defenders who were left a little bit flat-footed due to the change of direction. Excellent work. And they've gone in for the try. So 2 tries in the first 6 minutes of this one. You can see Wood just dropped it back. I'm not sure if it was fully meant for O'Shea, but she did extremely well to get through the tackler, to go right over the top of Gabby Caney, and makes it 10-0. Ground falls silent, kick comes in, it's successful once more from Green. 12-0 to the Eagles. What a start. What a super start for Sheffield. Very direct. I was chatting to one of the coaching staff ahead of the game, and they were saying on this pitch, with the dimensions that Odsal Stadium has now, they knew that they were going to have to be far more direct than they have been. But this is an Eagles side that has been scoring points for fun. In the semi-final last week, they defeated Halifax by 84 points to 16. And in the previous game to that, they played the Featherstone Lionesses and won by 64 points to 6. So this is a Sheffield side that certainly knows how to score. Can Illingworth find a way of stopping them? Regan Walker gets us back underway again. Deep restart, taken on the full there by Saunders. Saunders spins, beats one, looks to beat a second. She's into the middle of the field. Great hit from Walker. Wow, what a hit that was. What a challenge. Down she went, Saunders. She'll play it directly in the centre of the field. Wood shuffles it off left. Nice ball movement yet again. Eagles still making some decent ground, just put down near the halfway line. Wood out of dummy half. Spots a gap, goes for it. Great run from Wood. Oh, she split the line. She's got the fullback to beat. Takes Waddington on. Waddington does well. Just holds her up long enough before people start to emerge and get back in position. But Illingworth chasing this one. They're giving away a fresh set of 6 here of Illingworth. And they'll come forward with the Eagles through Lendon. And they'll go close. And play it 2 metres out. Scoop to the left hand side. Crash ball. Oh, I tell you what, they've only gone and crashed in again. That's some magnificent work. Ever so direct, and yet again, it's another try for that player, Cap O'Shea. She actually has the Sheffield Eagles tries in a game record at 5. She's got 2 already today. That makes it 16 points to 0. And let's have another look at this run. First of all, brilliant this from Wood. Going right through the middle. Comes up against the fullback. Waddington must have felt like Canute trying to stop that flood forward. 5 metres out from the line, eventually tackled. And then you see this link-up play. Lendon going close on the next carry. And this is the play. This is the play that sees them go in underneath the post. Very strong. Never to be stopped there, twisting and turning through the effort there of Debbie Smith. The conversion has been added as well by Danielle Green, and we are 10 minutes in and 18 points to 0 in favour of Sheffield Eagles. What a start from them. Three tries in the first 10 minutes. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on our league this afternoon. This, of course, the first of 2 games that we're going to be bringing you here from the iconic Odsal venue. Once upon a time, over 100,000 people fitted in here for a championship final. As Walker gets us back underway. That's a tricky kick. That's a really good restart, actually. Can they trap Sheffield up near the touchline? They do. The Eagles just about making their own 20-metre line. Looking to bring it away from this deep position. There's the scrum half, Palmer. Sees there's nothing much doing. Takes the line on herself. Tackled 30 metres away from the try line, from her own line. Off to the right hand side it comes. Oh, and the pass came out at the back. No one was expecting it. And the ball went to ground from Olivia Mulvey. So that's the first error that Sheffield Eagles have come up with. What can Illingworth do off the back of it? Well, it's been made in some decent field position as far as Illingworth are concerned. So Angel Bentley will have the put in at the scrum. 4 tries for her this season. Been one of the main players and mainstays of this Illingworth side. Picked up at the base of the scrum by Caney. Grabbed aside 5 extra metres there. She'll play it quickly. Scooped up out of dummy half there by Maudsley. Maudsley brushes through the attentions of 1. Spins, twists. Still keeps going. She'll play it on the edge of the 20-metre line now to Jess Oldroyd, who passes to this left-hand side. Caney is tackled really well there. Low down by Parker. Still it comes to this left-hand side from Illingworth. Now in some decent position. Debbie Smith taking the defence on. 3 players surround her. Eventually she's grounded. 15 metres out from the line. Oldroyd at dummy half. She'll scoop up and pass it to the right-hand side. Warrington keeps it moving. This is scrum half Bentley. Puts it out to the right-hand side. There's Hunter. Little Bell Hunter. All caught 15 metres out. 10 metres in from touch. Still this attack goes on. The kick comes in. It's a tricky one. Waddington will get there first. Is this going to get given? No, it's not. There's a knock on from Waddington. That was so close. Lovely kick over the top. Really into that almost corridor of uncertainty as far as players are concerned. Just look at this where it bounced up. And, so unlucky for Waddington. She couldn't get it in and touch it down. Great defence from Simone Saunders when it called for it. And what it does mean is that Saunders got there first, so it's going to be a scrum, head and feet to Illingworth. More pressure coming up against the Eagles. Bentley feeds the second scrum, comes it out the base. Caney tries to do what she did last time, doesn't gain as many metres. Well caught by 3 Eagles defenders. The 10 metres out from the line here. Pushing forward through Walker. Slips the ball back to Oldroyd. Lovely step from her. Almost burst into the backfield, but it was a coffee butt tackle which came in to deny her. Now across the face of the 10 metre line. Once again with Caney. Caney all wrapped up by 2. Managed to switch across to that right hand side. Oldroyd picks up, sends it right. Good link up play. All held there is Hunter. She'll get up and play the ball quickly on that 20 metre line. They've lost a little bit of space here. They'll try and gain it back through Bentley. And then Sheffield get the ball back. Now they're bringing it away strongly. And they'll make it over the 20 metre line. That's a forceful run. Heading towards the touchline goes Lendon. Lendon eventually brought down. They'll play it back. Wood into the middle, finds another eager runner. And they made some good metres to get to the 40 metre line. It is a shorter pitch this at Odsall, by the way, as you can tell. As Wood goes out to dummy half again. Oh, she's dangerous. Look at her go. What a runner. What a way down the field. Can she make it all the way? She's trying her best. Oh, just hauled down by McAuliffe. Try saver all over that tackle, but what another run that was from Wood, and he's down the blind side and touchdown. They're going in again here, Sheffield Eagles. It's Phoebe Evans out of dummy half, all on the back of that brilliant run from Agnes Wood, who took it from right inside her own half, beat plenty of players before being dragged down right at the last minute, but it was just delaying the inevitable, and Phoebe Evans diving over. Just look at this run again. You just got to marvel sometimes. So strong. Yeah, you can question the defence a little bit, but look at the pace on Wood. And the determination there from Charlotte McAuliffe to drag her down. But then the alertness out of dummy half. Phoebe Evans plunders a try for Sheffield. Her 7th try of the season. Not bad for a player that only joined the Eagles part way through this year. 7 tries. And now once again it's with Danielle Green. Can she convert from out wide? No, it's her first miss. It's 15 minutes of the game gone. 22 points to 0 in favour of the Sheffield Eagles. This run from Wood again. I mean, she's beat 4 players there. Real credit to the chase back from McAuliffe. But then as soon as Evans arrived, this had try written all over it. 22 points to 0 to Sheffield Eagles. They have started this game really, really well, haven't they? Look at the way that they're moving. Look at the support play around the place. Illingworth finding themselves 22 points to 0 down. Restart into that same area as the last one. Oh, and the 2 players almost missing it. But look at this, she's off straight from the restart. Blimey, it's another fine run. Look at that. Waddington called into action at the back. Wood to play it back on the 20 metre line. Oh, but then they run themselves into touch. Perhaps not the end to the set that they would have wanted. Perhaps not the sort of run that Tiffin would have really wanted. But good defence nonetheless from Illingworth. Forcing the turnover. They look shell-shocked at the moment though to this Illingworth side. Now, in case you're wondering, who are Illingworth? Well, they're a club that's been around since 1961. The girl and women's section started in 2015. They're coached by Sean Keown, who's done a fine job over the last few years of making sure that there's girls and women that are playing rugby league in the Halifax area. There's McPherson. Full to the floor, 20 metres from her own line. It's off down this left hand side. Oh, and the mistake has come in. Well, there was nothing wrong with the offload from Summer Hunter, but they've invited Sheffield Eagles to run at them again. And 12 metres away from the line, they'll start this attack. Parker will play it back. Infield it comes to Palmer. Palmer lines it up for the runner. The runner there is Saunders. Saunders just pushed back though, overwhelmed in that tackle. Good work from Illingworth and from Regan Walker and Summer Hunter in particular. Palmer again. Ducks underneath the challenge, works her way through the first efforts. Stop 5 metres out from the line. Wood, options to the left. Ball comes in, there's a little knock on that our referees at Brooker has spotted. And all that pressure comes to an end. Well spotted as well from our match official. He's done a good job so far. 18 minutes in. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here in our league this afternoon. So this is the League One Grand Final between Sheffield Eagles and Illingworth. To be fair, Sheffield have had a stellar season. They've only lost one game. That came against Swinton back in May. 36 points to 22. They've had some great scorelines along the way, by the way. Winning 40 points to 10 at Rochdale, 52-14 at home to Rochdale, defeating Halifax a couple of times as well as Illingworth, slipping the ball out of the tackle. Here's Wannington. Scurries off to the right hand side. She's found a bit of space actually. Oh, really well done from Wannington. Getting outside the 30. What a great run that is from Holly Wannington. Just dragged down, but that's got the crowd behind her. Now they'll come forward. Another solid drive. Illingworth play it on that far right hand touchline. Bentley slipping the ball. Infield it comes to McPherson now. Takes the challenge. It's a great tackle from Auger. Auger coming up with that stop just inside the Illingworth half the field. Down this left hand side it comes. Illingworth chancing the arm. Tackled there is Niamh Cresswell. She's been a fairly regular appearance maker. 4 tries already as the tackle comes in there and Oldroyd. In at dummy half is Hunter. She'll pass it to Regan Walker. Walker gets her kick away. It goes up in the air. Taken on the full by winger Tiffin, who nearly beats a player in McAuliffe, but McAuliffe does well in defence. McAuliffe chasing again. Ball comes loose. Taken in by Mulvey. Mulvey was running cross field. They didn't end up going anywhere forward there, Sheffield. And we'll play it midway between the halfway and their own 40. We'll bring it down this right hand side. Lots of endeavour in this Eagles ranks. Lots of endeavour in the defence as well. But the tackle count has been wiped down. A little bit too messy for a referee to contend with. Now it's run in by Sales. And the defence tries to take the wind out of the sails and they force the error as well. That's a smashing tackle from Walker. Excellent work as well from McAuliffe, who's been called into action on a number of occasions already. 20 minutes into the game, 22 points to 0 in favour of Sheffield Eagles and some valuable possession coming the way of Illingworth. Dave Parkinson for our league here at Odsall Stadium this afternoon. If you're just joining us, you've already missed 4 tries from the Eagles, from their top scorer Agnes Wood, 2 from prop forward Auger, and then 1 from Phoebe Evans. Illingworth 40 metres away from their own line. Wannington plays it to the right hand side. Run comes in, it's a strong one. Lightning quick play the ball. And McPherson finding a run in there of Caney. Caney tackled by 2. Good metres made on that occasion. Solid play in the ball. Here's Waddington, wins a penalty. She'd won about 15 metres as well. She'd actually made a break. But the referee's whistle had sounded just as she'd set off and reached top gear. So she'll instead move over to the right hand side of the field. And that's where the penalty has been given. So they'll advance play inside the 20. Waddington will tap. They'll run it down that right hand side. Unfortunate slip there from Mary McDermott. Just takes the wind out of that attack. 12 metres away from the line. Here come Illingworth. Great run. Almost to the line. Good tackle in the end. Now they're starting to ask a few questions. Larry plays it back. Off it comes to the left hand side. Nice link up. Good rush tackling there as well from the Eagles. On Wood, who doubles up her efforts, adds another tackle to the tally. She's everywhere at the moment. 22 minutes in, 22 points to 0. Illingworth in possession though, that's what they trail. Lowry slipping it out to the right hand side. Tackle comes in and Hunter Just about pushes her backwards. She'll play it on the 10-metre line. It comes back towards the middle. Larry keeps it moving. Regan picks it up. Regan Walker, that is. And she's tackled on the 10-metre line, but I think she's taken an unfortunate tumble. Oh, I never like to see injuries. She's not well at the moment. To be fair, the medical staff quickly on. Debbie Smith looking to come on to replace her. Oh, this is unfortunate though. She's been good so far in this game. There's Regan Walker. Oh, that doesn't look good. She's already got her left knee heavily strapped up. So they managed to get McPherson back on the field after her early injury. I wonder whether they'll be able to do the same with Walker. She's really struggling at the moment, being taken from the field. The experienced Debbie Smith has gone on in her place, a player that has also scored 8 tries this season. As soon as Walker makes it to the touchline, we'll get the game back underway. So it's moved left. Illingworth, interesting little kick. They've done this a couple of times. They've really put the Eagles under pressure. But I tell you what, Ellie Tiffin has done particularly well there, just to escape her own in goal area. Now Phoebe Evans, solid run to the 10. Nice quick play of the ball. Wood dashes in there. Oh, not sure what that kick was about. Kick came in from Palmer. It's given Illingworth loads of possession in a really decent position. And look at this run from Takiko. Takiko up to that 10-metre line and just beyond. She'll play it back. Infield it comes again. This time to McDermott. McDermott pushing forward. Stop 5 metres out. Underneath the shadow of the uprights. Plays it back. Long ball left. Bypasses Summer Hunter. Eventually got on it of Illingworth, but a mistake has been made. And our referees at Brooker asking where they want the scrum to be formed, or whether it's just going to be a turnover. It's going to be a scrum, head and feet to Sheffield Eagles. They've decided to pack it down 20 metres in from touch. Of course, we've seen this at various points this season, haven't we, with teams being able to decide where scrums will pack down. It's really good to be here for this grand final, these 2 grand finals this afternoon. This, of course, the League One final between Sheffield Eagles and Illingworth. Going up at 3 o'clock is the Championship grand final between Salford Red Devils and Alton Raidettes. You can catch all the action live and exclusive this afternoon here in our league as Sheffield run this forward out of dummy half. It's Beth Arnold. She's made some decent position and decent runs when she's picked it up from that position. 2 or 3 dummy half runs already to her name as Palmer, good ball. He tried to get it down that left hand side. The kick comes in. They're chasing after it. Claire Fisher's after it. It's been spilled as well. So a little error coming in on behalf of Illingworth. They did well to get to it. But pressure rugby league coming in from Sheffield Eagles. Turned out to be a really good kick forward. I know the pass went to ground initially, but it comes up in favour of Sheffield, who still lead by 22 points to 0. Almost 27 minutes of the first half gone. It's been a half that the Eagles have dominated. To be fair, they've dominated this section of rugby league all season. Wood slips it back in field. Lovely offload there for Sales. Good run as well. Look at her go inside the 10. Stop just to the right hand side of the post. Wood picks it up out of dummy half. Into the arms of Saunders. Saunders dragging 2 defenders in. They're very short of defenders over on that side of the field, Illingworth, and they can thank the lucky stars. There's been an error there from Sheffield because it was starting to build. Was that pressure again? I'm sure they won't mind it. So yeah, so just to tell you a little bit more about Illingworth while we got this stoppage, that's where a certain Stuart Fielden came from. Other players that you might recognise from the game currently, Jake Wardle, Brendan White and Brendan Finn. They've currently got 4 male teams and 4 female teams, and out of this 20 player lineup that they've named today, 17 have come through the ranks. That is unbelievable. That is great work in development, and it's just what you want from any club that's looking at producing players. They're in possession again here, Illingworth, running it out of dummy half. I bet she was shan't taking that carry to Kiko, carry back to her own 20 metre line. Still they come forward gamely, down the right hand side through Maudsley. Maudsley still going, good run, excellent work, she's got beyond the 40. Good running from Maudsley. Well, they're taking it to Sheffield, high pass, just fumbled. Thought that was cleaned up well by McDermott, but there's a penalty that's come in for an obstruction play. And it means that Sheffield take yet more possession. 29 minutes gone of the game. 22 points to 0 here on our league in favour of Sheffield Eagles. Wood says we'll take the 10 metres on offer. There's a close eye taken on where this tap's going to take place from. It's a good run coming in from O'Shea again. O'Shea, she's already got 2 tries to her name. Now up to 13 tries for the season, by the way, as Wood skims it in field. Looking for Arnold. Good run again from Arnold, dragging defenders in from positions. Wood gets the ball away for Palmer. Palmer keeps it moving to Parker. Now it's out amongst the back line. They could finish now. Oh, that's a great tackle on the line. Phoebe Evans will be denied. They'll try and dive over. Have they got it this time round? Referee isn't too happy. First of all, he's going to check with the touch judge. So a discussion here being had by Mr. Brooker. Oh, and it turns into a penalty the way of Illingworth. Perhaps an obstruction. He's just explaining it to Wood and just explaining it to Saunders, and I think, yeah, you can see with him folding his arms the way that he is, this is for an obstruction. So they won't have any addition to the points, but we'll have another look anyway, because it was a great movement down this right hand side. This was the ball that seemed to cause all the problem. And Phoebe Evans going ever so close, and then she couldn't resist here, could she, to be fair? Jessica Sales trying to dive through, but there's no chance anyone could make a tackle there. And that's why we have this penalty and possession for Illingworth, as McPherson makes the carry, makes the metres as well, some good metres. 25 out from her own line. Waddington to her right hand side, nice link up play now for Bentley. Bentley running directly at the line. She has her arms free, someone needs to follow up in support. She's going to have to play it on the 40 metre line. Waddington's there, and she'll put it back in field. Nice quick movement. Debbie Smith with the carry. She'll play this ball. For a second there wasn't a dummy half there, but it comes out down this left hand side again. Great run from Stubley. Now it's back in the hands of McAuliffe, who put the kick in. It's bouncing, it's bobbling, it's gone in behind Green, who's chasing back under a bit of pressure and does well in the end despite the attentions of Takiko. She wasn't too keen on the tackle either, was Danielle Green. Easing her way away from danger, Tori Thomas. Plays it 25 metres out from her own line. From dummy half goes Saunders, slips it left. It's relentless, this attack from Sheffield. It certainly gets them out of any sort of danger that they sometimes might find them in. Fisher plays it back. Palmer, that pass was high again, but well taken in. And they've already reached the halfway line. Referee keeping a close eye on the Illingworth defence as they run down this right hand side. She just had to apply the brakes there, did Lisa Parker. 25 metres out from the line. Ball played to Mulvey. Mulvey goes inside the 20. It's the last tackle. She could do with either getting rid of the ball or trying to get a kick in, but she, in the end, does neither. And it means that the turnover will take place 12 metres out from their own line as far as Illingworth are concerned. Well, after being hit by 4 tries in the first 14-15 minutes of the game, it's been competitive for the last 17 minutes. Still no change on the scoreboard though. Illingworth have had a couple of goals, haven't they? And there's certainly a more belligerent look about them. Far more sturdy and stern in defence as the ball worked backwards. Oh, nice work. A little bit disorganised from Illingworth, but they got themselves away from trouble. Now they'll come nicely away down the left hand side. McPherson crosses the 20, look for the offload. She's going to be forced to play it to McAuliffe. McAuliffe back on the inside. There's Waddington. She looks a talent, Waddington, able to beat players. 30 metres away from her own line. Now it's scrum half Bentley taking them on the right hand side. She's drifted over from the left to the right. Again, the arm is free. Referee says she tackled there. You're going to have to play it. Bentley was trying to pinch a couple of metres, just like any cheeky halfback. So last tackle. Waddington kicks forward, makes good contact. That's straight down the middle of the ground. Fielded well by Green. Green starts the counter-attack, goes over the 40, goes over halfway, slips the ball out. It's a real forceful offload. Tiffin cleans it up. Takes on McAuliffe, who's yet to be beaten really defensively. She's done really well again. Sheffield picking up the metres in Saunders, who wins a penalty. There's a couple of players just offside. Referee pointing them out as well. There was at least 3. The finger wagging was being done. And the Eagles will once more take the 10. Controlled restart. Phoebe Evans will tap. Puts it on the infield. Looking for the running of Sales. Solid run from Sales. Good tackle as well from Stubley. Good play all round. And O'Shea setting off from deep. Look at her go again. Really puts the Eagles on the front foot. They're just 5 metres away. Work to the left hand side. Halfbacks linking up. Great tackling comes in. Tell you what though, there's 3 players over on that left hand side if they can get the ball there. There's a couple of defenders that are down that side now, but they still outnumber them. But there's another nudge forward at the dummy half position. And you just get the feeling if they can clean up their act a little bit, they can post more points here, Sheffield. But at the moment, there's a dogged defensive effort coming in from Illingworth, and these mistakes aren't helping the Eagles at all. 35 minutes of the game gone, still at 22 points to 0. Those 4 early tries are what separate these teams. And to be fair, it still looks like this Eagles side is the stronger of the 2. But Illingworth just hanging on. Have the feed at this scrum. Bring it down the left hand side. Difficult run down the left. It's going to be played. Waddington makes some good metres. Not scared of the contact, is she? Meeting the sandwich of that tackle. Plays it back now to Niamh Cresswell. Nice yards from her as well. Tackled in the end by Lendon. Waddington sends it right. Hunter getting the ball out. That's again some forceful defence on this Illingworth side from Arnold. But nice movement again down that right hand side with Bentley. Almost up to the halfway line. They'll be happy with the work they've done in this set. Last tackle, kick comes in, it's picked up again, then it's cleaned up by Sheffield Eagles, and Arnold runs it into opposition territory. Seemed a little bit panicked on the last tackle there. The Eagles always look very composed. Lendon cutting forward again for 15 metres gained. Let's move down this right hand side with Sales. Dragging 2 defenders in. Ball back on the inside from Parker. It's put down by Lendon. Error coming in there, and this is what I was talking about. It's just getting a little bit scrappy at times from Sheffield Eagles. I mean, what a start to the game it was. It was, 100 miles an hour rugby for the first 10-15 minutes, 4 tries unanswered, but since then there's been little to choose between the sides. And as I mentioned, that's partly down to the doggedness of Illingworth, who's just put bodies in front where they can. And some scrappy play from the Eagles. They've got themselves in decent position, but haven't really made much of it. There's Maudsley for Illingworth, just outside her own 20. Plays it to Waddington. Sent down the right hand side for Stubley. Solid hit up from Stubley. Waddington thinks he spotted something. Quick on her feet, agile, tries to feed the ball down the right hand side, but it's been palmed down. And Green finding herself playing out in the centres there then for a second. Just bringing that movement to a stop, but it's going to be head and feet at this scrum to Illingworth. Can they get close enough to have a go at points at the end of this first half? Time ticking down. Of course, the clock that you can see on your screens isn't the official match clock. Only the referee has that one. Hunter will play it. They'll come down this blind side. Good run once again from Cresswell. She's looked lively. Ball played to McAuliffe. McAuliffe does well. Buys another 10 metres for a side. Warrington goes in to organise. Ball to her right hand side. Switch play. Back to Debbie Smith. Smith inside the 20. Waddington looks for the support. It arrives there quickly. Nice link up play. They're off on the right hand side again. Can they find a runner? Tell you what, they'll have a go down that blind side through Takiko. Takiko plays it back on the 10 metre line. Now it's still being run forward by Illingworth. Kick comes in. Picked up. They'll go close here. They might make it to the line. Offload comes in. Oh, and then it's tackled in the end. But I tell you what, that's the closest that they've come to registering points in quite a few minutes. Some really nice play. A great pick-up from Julia Lowry off that kick which came in. And then the support play was there, but they couldn't find the final ball just to get over the line. Good defence from Sheffield. And look at that, after being put under pressure, they've charged it out 15 from their own line. But there's a little knock on there. So once again, Illingworth have got a chance of points before the break. Lendon going in just to have a bit of a chat. We are going to pack down. Now we're back underway. And the attack from the base of the scrum. Hunter plays it back to McAuliffe. Spun to the floor. Good tackling from Sheffield. Can they keep them out? It's coming in waves at the moment, this attack. Hunter. Ball to the middle. Smith. Pops the ball out further. This is McDermott. McDermott cutting back in field. Tackle 10 metres out. It's a good examination, this, of the defence. Can Illingworth get over? Bentley. Finds Smith. Smith keeps it moving. Nice play. Lowry all the way to this left hand side. Still going Lowry. She's going to be held up by 3. Oh, and McAuliffe was stretching out then. I thought it was going to be the first 4 points. Just about dragged inside the field of play. Scrappy play the ball. All on waves our match official. And there's a penalty that's heading Illingworth's way anyway. Tackle off the ball. They got really close to McAuliffe. If McAuliffe could have dived away, she would have got that 4 points, but it was excellent defence in the end. Still, they haven't gone away here, Illingworth. Stubley throws her away to the line. 5 metres out. Waddington complaining to the match official. She'll now put it in field to Smith. The defence tracked down. Waddington supports, however. Tries to step into the backfield. There's no way through though. Hunter to her right hand side. Out to Bentley. Bentley keeps it moving. On to McDermott. McDermott tackled 9 metres away from the line. Still the danger hasn't gone away. Can they get over? Oh, tackled there is Maudsley. Smith. Smith, can she find an offload? She's being forced backwards by Lendon and a couple of others. I'll have a go down this right hand side. Panic kick coming in from McDermott in the end. Good reaction from Sheffield. They've done really well to defend about 4 consecutive sets there. So not just a side that can put an attack or two together if given the opportunity. They were asked some real serious questions there and came up with all the answers. Who to Sounds, this will be the last play of the half. The tackle will be made on Sales eventually. Well, I'm thinking it's going to be made. Oh, good first half. Particularly as far as Sheffield Eagles are concerned. 4 tries in the first 15 minutes. But to be fair, from that point onwards, Illingworth can be really, really proud of their efforts. They've done tremendously well to keep with the Eagles. And let's have a look at how all those tries eventuated. So this was in the first couple of minutes. And Wood's been doing this all season. Absolute lightning out of dummy half. It was a great run down this right hand side from Evans. And then the try being scored. And this was just a couple of minutes later. I'm not sure whether that pass was meant for Roger actually, but she did extremely well to drag it in. It was a high pass above her shoulder, dragged it in and went straight over the top of one player. Let's have another look at the closer angle. Yeah, for me this ball always looks like it's going over her head, but she drags it in and it completely disrupted the defence and she got over the line and past Caney as well. And then this, another short run, twisting, and Auger, who's certainly been the go-to player as far as the Eagles are concerned, crashing in from close range. It's a nice build-up in the initial play. Good link-up between Palmer, who's been very good. She's in at dummy half there. Lendon plays this back. And there's just too much of a gap there. It was so inviting for the prop forward to dive at and to have a go and force her way in. That her 13th try of the season. Prolific from Cap Auger. And then this was class from Wood. Really good run. Beats 3 or 4 players down the right hand side. Really quick. Just about hauled back by some magnificent defence from Charlotte McAuliffe, who's been doing that all the way through the first half. And then plunging over from dummy half, Phoebe Evans. So that was the 4th try. That was after 15 minutes, but let's just marvel at this run from Wood again. So much confidence. You can question maybe 1 or 2 of the defenders, but I tell you what, there's lots of pace there. But as I mentioned, after this point, trailing by 22 points to 0 in a grand final, Illingworth really, really stepped up. And to be fair, Eagles also came up with their fair share of errors as well. But here at this one, at half-time Odsal, it's Sheffield Eagles 22, Illingworth 0. And we'll be back in just a few minutes' time.
This is our moment.
When we dare to push further.
Men's, women's and wheelchair.
Together for the first time ever.
Coming to your town, your street, your heart.
This is real impact.
The Rugby League World Cup. England v Samoa. St James's Park, Saturday the 15th of October. Be there.
Right, it's one of two things here. It's either Espanol, but that might be Spanish. Is it España?
Correct.
Is that right?
That's it.
All right, brilliant. It's got to be the Euro on it.
Correct.
EU country and all that. France? Wales?
Australia.
Did they? God, I was there as well.
El Gordo.
Cheese, innit? Is it cheese?
That's the Spanish National Lottery.
All right, okay, yeah. I know absolutely nothing about football, mate. So I'm going to go away. Which one's Champions League?
European Cup.
I'm going to go 7.
14.
14? That's just greedy, that, mate. Nou Camp.
Correct.
Yeah, that's the. I'll take that. I'll take that one. Pyrenees?
Correct.
Yeah. Nickname. I'm going to go something to do with bullfighting. Matadors? Bulls?
El Toro.
El Toro. Duh. Crepes is French, isn't it? So I'm going to go crepes. I'm going to have to go crepes.
Not quite. Churros.
Churros. Yeah, yeah. Large islands. Tenerife?
Correct.
Oh, Tenerife, as we say in Yorkshire.
Oh no, Emma Lumley. Georgia Wilson.
Welcome back to the second half of action here at Odsal Stadium. We're here in Bradford. This is, of course, the League One Grand Final between Sheffield Eagles and Illingworth. My name's Dave Parkinson. It's 22 points to 0 in favour of the Eagles, who scored 4 tries in the first 15 minutes of the game. And I'm delighted to be joined for the second half by Rachel Thompson. How are you, Rachel? Are you okay?
Yes, very good, thank you.
So I know that you saw the latter stages of that first half where it was pretty close, wasn't it? Both sides were going at each other, but a few mistakes creeping in. But obviously the Eagles getting away to a fantastic opening.
Yeah, it looked like some really close rugby and some great rugby being played. So, you know, I think this game could go anywhere. Like you say, Sheffield are in the driving seat, but still another 40 minutes to be played.
So, the referee's whistle has sounded. Danny Green gets us underway. Mid-range restart. Oh, it's allowed to bounce. I always think that's a risky bit of business, isn't it, allowing the rugby ball to bounce?
Yes, definitely. Always catch it on the full.
So, Regan Walker back on the field as well. That's a bonus for Illingworth. They duck down the blind side. This is Takiko. He's been putting in some excellent runs, as in the first half. Buys the side 15 metres. The crowd got involved in that one as well. Bringing it to the middle. I like the way that they move the ball about, to be fair, because they're not just all the time... they're not always happy with, shall we say, just running it out one up.
Yeah, no, definitely. They're not afraid to play, and that's good to see.
So moving it down this right-hand side again. Tackle comes in, this time on Angel Bentley. Perhaps been amongst Illingworth's best performers. Into the middle it comes. Oh, he was juggled there for a second by Lowry and then put down. Lendon's quickly on it from a Sheffield point of view. They'll push their way towards that halfway line. Well, the ball will be played. It'll come left. Oh, but the pass was a little bit too high. I don't think it was meant for her, actually. Olivia Mulvey putting her hands up, trying to get there. You can see the eagerness on it. She wants to get involved quickly, doesn't she? But, yeah, I don't think it was meant for her, that pass.
Yeah, no, definitely. She was in the right place. The pass was just definitely either above and behind her.
So Illingworth won't mind. Tell you what, they wouldn't mind as well if they could register some points. To be fair, from a neutral standpoint, this is what this game needs, a try from Illingworth. You can tell I'm almost willing it on here, can't you? Waddington at the back of the scrum. Finding the run-in of McDermott. McDermott is tackled. As my team sheet nearly blows off out of the commentary position. Waddington sets off from dummy half, buys aside 15 metres. Started the game at fullback, but has switched into dummy half position effortlessly. Lizzie Stubley makes some good yards to get beyond the 40. Plays it to Waddington. Off left it's carried by Bentley. Smith finding herself out wide. Tell you what, that was a good tackle, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, almost stopped her in her tracks.
What a run again. Inside the 20, go Illingworth. And once more it's to Kiko. Down this left-hand side, Walker kicks over the top. Oh, and unfortunately it's just a little bit too deep. I like the idea behind it.
Yeah, definitely, probably the right idea, just the execution wasn't great on that instance.
I'm really glad that Walker's back out there, to be honest, because she took some heavy punishment in the first half. You can already see her left leg well strapped up, and it did look for a spell like she wasn't going to get out there again because she was helped from the field, but she's obviously shrugged it off and said, no, it's grand final, I need to go and help my side.
Yeah, you'd expect nothing less, that's just the kind of tough player that she is.
So Lendon with this carry. Oh, ball goes loose. Referee spotted a penalty. Question asked of him. I think I agree, to be fair.
Yeah, they're always 50-50 calls, but can't argue with the ref.
So they'll take another 10 metres forward. Still 22 points nil to the Eagles, who have this possession. And it's a straightforward run from Mulvey. Injury, however, for Smith. Oh, she just looked like she just maybe a shoulder or something there.
Yeah, she doesn't look like she's very comfortable there, does she?
And hopefully that's just a precaution.
Yeah, maybe a reoccurring injury. She seemed to know there was something not quite right with it.
And I mean, to be fair, rugby players know their own bodies, don't they? So you know if there's something wrong or something not quite right.
Yeah, we definitely do.
So the Eagles back on the attack through Mulvey. 30 metres from the line. I tell you what, only just in from the touchline, to be fair.
She did well to stay in then, to be fair to her.
Nice running forward, twisting and turning. 25 metres to go for the Eagles. Thomas finds some support. Nice work into the middle with Palmer. Palmer's been really sprightly, been popping up everywhere, trying to prompt a team. Out of dummy half comes Parker. Nice run. Right to the edge of the try line. Last tackle signalled. What have they got? Well, they're going to go forward again and try to get over. Mulvey, has she got it? Referee checks, has another check, and eventually says, no, you held up. I'm not going to give that one.
Yeah,
good defence.
Definitely just probably too many blue bodies in the way there. She was probably not really ever going to get there, but great defence.
And they've shown great commitment, haven't they? To defend the line. I mean, it's easy from a viewer's standpoint or a spectator standpoint to look and think, hang on, it's 22-0, but there's real pride out there, isn't there, for Illingworth?
Yeah, definitely, as there should be. It's a final and it's not over until that final hooter sounds, and it's great credit to them that they've not given in yet.
Here's Waddington, buys aside another couple of metres out of dummy half. Referee wipes down the tackle count. And Stubley, that's a great carry. Almost 15 metres gained. Jess Oldroyd back out there. And already pinches another 10 metres. I tell you what, though, that's a forceful shoulder heading away from Palmer. Blindside running, though. They've done well. They've made lots of metres on the blind side. Tira Murray. Nice carry. Stopped 25 metres out. 10 metres in from touch. Oldroyd. Again, sees there's not much doing inside. Runs it forward again, and it's a tricky run. Asking bigger forwards to do the tackling. Oh, I tell you what, Lowry's outfoxed them all then with that little stop and turn, and then, she couldn't resist, could Jessica Sales, just pinching the ball.
I think she confused herself then with that run.
So Lowry taps. Here comes Stubley. That was an effective carry as well. Off to the right hand side, there's Walker. Walker slips the ball out. Oh, it was bouncing, it was bobbling. Lilybell Hunter all caught. She'll now play it to McAuliffe. McAuliffe has been brave in defence. What's she got in attack? Tell you what, she's testing out the defence. Very solid defence from Green. Ulroyd picks up Holly Kirby, who keeps it moving. To Stubley again. Stubley losing a bit of direction on that occasion. Lowry buys it back. Good movement. Off down the left hand side. They could be in. I tell you what, they're opening the score in the second half. What a score from Gabby Caney. What a run. What excellent play off down the left hand side. It's been coming as far as Illingworth are concerned.
Yeah, that was a great team try. That it went through, several sets of hands, and she came up with it on the end and finished it off. It was a very good try.
Well finished as well. Let's have another look at this. I mean, it's just great play from start to finish. Nice ball from Lowry, and then just quick release out to the second row, who was charging at pace. There was no chance in the world that any of those Eagle defenders were going to stop her.
No, and hopefully, Illingworth can do a bit more of that. They're probably not going to beat the Sheffield team down the middle, but a great line out on the edge, and if they keep doing that, they're really back in this game.
Well, 22 points to 4. It's not beyond the realms of possibility, is it? Because I mean, when you're talking rugby league, anything less than a 3-score lead is an uneasy one.
No, definitely. I think they're still definitely in with a chance. Won't write them off just yet.
So referee stops the clock. Regan Walker is going to be the player to attempt the conversion. This is another reason why I'm pleased to see her back out on the field, because I know that she's been goal kicking for Illingworth for most of the season.
Yeah, Regan's been around the game quite a long time. She's got great experience. She's one of them players. She can run hard. She can pass. She can catch. She can kick. So yeah, she'll be a massive boost. Just having her on the pitch for them will probably, has probably spurred on that try.
Is she one of these players that even you've come across in playing against her down the years?
Yeah, I've played against Regan a few times. She's a tough competitor. Definitely doesn't like losing. Who does? But yeah, fierce, and just gives it her all for the game.
She gave it her all with that kick as well. It's an extra 2 points hoisted. 22 points to 6. So we see from the wide angle here. Again, it's so well done, and they work that movement in particular. They've cut out that player, haven't they? They've brought her out of the line. I think it might have been Nell Colclough who dived out of the line from a Sheffield point of view.
Yeah, everyone's just done the job. It was great passing, great lines of run, and it's that easy when you get it right, and just a wrong read in defence, and they've more or less walked in.
So Green to get us underway. She's got both rugby league and rugby union experience. We already saw her goal kicking prowess in the first half. She's now on 37 goals for the season from 52 attempts. I think that's about 72%, isn't it? Pretty good kicking percentage as she gets us back underway. Oh, I like that. That's a tricky bounce. Lowry plays at it. And Lowry's come really into this game. Had a quiet start like much of this Illingworth lineup, but they've come back at them. A good run from Lilybell Hunter. Plays it back to Ulroyd. This is McPherson. Typical belligerent run from McPherson. Ulroyd again. Scoops the ball left. And the motoring it forward. This time now through Bentley. Trailing by 22 points to 6, but certainly having the better of play so far. Away comes Caney once more. Makes some excellent meters to get beyond the 30. Hope you're enjoying the coverage at home as Regan Walker kicks over the top. Oh, it's played out by Green. And I think she's offside, the player who's picked it up. She is.
Yeah, I think that was just a bit of lack of composure there from Sheffield.
Well, it's unfortunate. I don't know whether it's a lack of composure or maybe in some cases a lack of rugby league understanding, because a lot of these players play in league for the first time this season at Sheffield. Still they play on here, Illingworth going close. I'll come back to you on that point if I may, Rachel. Tackle coming in there on Mary McDermott. Oldroyd into the middle. Oh, Lowry just stretched out for it. So what I was getting at is that Sheffield, brand new to rugby league this season, I know that they've done a tremendous job in putting the team together that they have done and being as good as they have been in this first season, but still there's little nuances, isn't there? I know I had a conversation with I think he was Wales under-16s coach during the week, and he was telling me that he was finding the same thing with rugby union converts and just little nuances in rugby league like offsides and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the case throughout the whole game. There's still people that have played rugby league for years that are not sure of the rules, and there are a lot of them. So it happens. It's just you want to get on the ball because you don't want the other team to score. So you're not always thinking about giving that penalty away. So it happens, and it probably happens more than we'd like it to. But it's just probably that, like you say, that lack of knowledge.
And to be fair, I mean Sheffield, they defended it, didn't they? So here they are in possession, 30 metres from their own line. Beth Arnold to play it. A Wood. She was outstanding in the first 20 minutes. Look at her go again. She just beats players left, right and centre.
Yeah, making it look quite effortless as well, and you're just running through them.
It's her first season playing at hooker as well. Tell you what, she's got a long future in that position if it was what I'm seeing any evidence of the rest of the season. So Sheffield in great position, 30 metres out. They'll pinch a few more metres now. Ooh, was that a high shot? Crowd didn't like it. Referee's okay with it, however. Last tackle. Kick comes in. It was a delicate little chip. Regan Walker's there to collect it on her own line. And she'll force her way towards the 10.
Yeah, it was a good little kick, but, the experience Regan's got there, she's not going to drop that.
McDermott couldn't gain many more metres forward. Played into the middle of the field now. Hope you're enjoying the coverage in our league this afternoon. Dave Parkinson and Rachel Thompson bringing you the coverage. And there's an error there from Illingworth. Well, that's what they didn't want.
No, that's not where you want to be dropping the ball in your own 10 metres. Probably a real opportunity here now for Sheffield.
So it's been a while since we've seen them in try-scoring prowess. Almost 40 minutes, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think that we could be looking at maybe some more of them points here now if they can get their way over the try line. So
Sarah Palmer to feed this scrum. Palmer, the vice captain, a steadying influence. Picked up by Wood at the base. She links it with Parker. Oh, and then it's put down. If anything, he just overplayed it, didn't he? The last pass didn't really need to be thrown. Yeah, no, that's just probably comes from lack of experience. It's your first tackle. You've got 6. You need to build that pressure. You're not going to score every play. That's a super run from Maudsley. Turning defence into attack. Now being rolled to the floor is Lilibet Hunter. She'll eventually yield to the tackle. Gets up really quickly, however. Oldroyd out dummy half. Nice movement once again. Tell you what, if they could find an offload there, there's players backpedaling all over the place from Sheffield, but it ends up being a good tackle from the Eagles. Oldroyd to her left-hand side. Now Lowry. Oh, nice little switch play with McPherson. I'm not sure how much McPherson was expecting that pass, to be fair, but I liked it. Yeah, it was a good bit of rugby. Bit of the old Pat Richards no-look passing there, I think, in somewhere involved, wasn't there? Oh. That's anything but a Pat Richards type of play, however, when it's fumbled on the deck. And she knows it as well. She's so frustrated at herself there. Is Mary McDermott. Which is a shame because she's been really good since she's been on the field. Yeah, there's mistakes in us all, and I think we're just getting a little bit scrappy now. It's probably they're getting a little bit tired. And just probably need to, go back to basic rugby and get themselves out of their own half rather than trying to fling the ball around. Now, I was hoping I could use this line at some other point in the game, to be honest, because Cody Waller has just entered the field, and she is the daughter of Debbie Smith, who went off with an injury a few minutes ago. I was really looking forward to getting the opportunity of commentating on mother and daughter on the same field. Oh, she's back on actually, Debbie. Yeah, you're right. She's come back on, Debbie. So we have got mother and daughter on the field. I do like it when little nuances come up like that in commentary. Sheffield again finding the ball difficult to handle. 20 metres from the line. Moving the ball left. Good run coming in again, this time from Auger. She's definitely the pick of this Eagles pack. She just settles them down.
Yeah, just some solid running, I think, every time she's carried the ball.
Now Palmer, out down this left-hand side to Arnold, who's been big and strong in this second row position. Inside the 10-metre line again, go Sheffield. Referee will stop the clock, stop hold-up play. We've got an injury here. Holly Kirby, with a side strain perhaps. So we're 17 minutes into the second half, and arguably you can say that Illingworth had the best of it.
Yeah, definitely. If you were just watching this half, there's not much in it, is there, at all?
Eagles though, still getting some good field position, and they're just 2 metres away from the line. Last tackle in this set though. It's a slow play the ball for Wood, who sends it in field. Kick comes in, it's an interesting one. Oh, nice fingertip control again from Walker. She's saved her side again.
Yeah, she is, and as I said before, it's just the experience of, they probably shouldn't keep kicking it towards her.
So Illingworth, oh, juggled and spilled. Unfortunate error there from Waller. Eagles with it back, Green to play it. 15 metres out from the line, will dive their way forward. Work their way right into the centre of the ground. Wood's options left and right of the ruck. She'll go down the left hand side to Auger. Auger gets past one, gets past two. There's half the team on her in the end, I think, with that stop. Right near the line. Wood into the middle. Parker has a go at the line as well herself. Well, they can't keep up this defence, surely. But I tell you what, Walker's giving it a good try. She surged out of that defensive line then to put the pressure on.
Yeah, it was a good read in defence.
Wood now out to dummy half. She's held up as well. Last tackle signal. Oh, they've come down this left-hand side. There's hardly any players down this left-hand side. Look at all those defenders. And that's easily defended as well on Beth Arnold. It's going to be turnover. And well played, Illingworth.
Yeah, it was some great defence, but from a Sheffield point of view, there's not a bad place to turn over the ball, especially when you're in such a great lead. So.
No, and to be fair, that's a far more controlled area of the field where you can turn it over, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's better than kicking it dead and giving them a 7-tackle set.
Here comes Lilybell Hunter outside her own 10. Warrington beats the first tackler, beats another, eventually tackled. She'll have to go down. She's ever near that touchline. Keep thinking it's a bit deceptive, this near side touchline. You think you're actually closer to it than you are.
Yeah, they have been playing near it a lot, but managing to keep in somehow.
So the tackles continue. Stuck down this left hand side. That's a forceful challenge though. Slip back in field. Warrington has to take that tackle. There's a real crumpled heap of 2 players on this touchline. Yeah. Both players struggling from either side.
It was a big collision, wasn't it? She did well to get the ball away and stop going into touch, but it looks like she might have hurt herself in the process.
And then the all or nothing effort in the challenge as well from Sheffield.
Yeah, it's one of them. It was a great shot, and she was trying to drive her into touch and get her team the ball back, but unfortunately just come off a little bit worse than that.
Both players being helped off the field. Both looking winded and wounded. So the Eagles having to readjust. Illingworth 2. Walker gets the kick away. It's a midfield kick all across the middle. Oh, it's spilled. They're on it as well through Caney. Nice pick up. The crowd gets behind her. And I was chatting to one of the guys from Illingworth actually in the week, and he said that they've always been an underperforming club, so everybody was behind the girls today.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see. You know, if they're underperforming but still get into a final, they must be doing something right.
Kearney to play it, 12 metres out, comes infield to McPherson. Solid run from McPherson, stopped by 3. There's now 2 involved in the tackle. Inside the 10, there is another player injured on the left hand side of the field though. Walker goes across to check. Smith goes over to check as well. I think it might be Cody Waller who's down injured on that far side. Oh, she said she's okay. She's jumped straight back in there. I think Mum's just had a quick word and that's it.
Yeah, get up, stop being soft.
She shuffled out to the wing. Oh, the defence opened up then for Warrington, ever so close to her, diving over for 4.
It was a great spot.
Lowry onto McPherson, out wide with Walker. Walker for the try line. Walker's over. Oh, where is it? She's not over. The ball's been turned over. Sheffield had it for a minute. Oh, and then the mistake has been made, so they'll come out to the 20-metre line. It was knocked on over the line. That was close to a second try for Illingworth.
Yeah, you'd put your money on Regan scoring that there.
And here comes Sheffield. Could they go from coast to coast? I tell you what, they're giving it the best efforts. That's a super tackle.
Great tackle.
Oh, what a brilliant tackle that is. How brave from Tori Thomas to get out there on the cover. Well, I thought they were off here, but this is the chance.
Yeah, I thought for all money she was going to score this. She probably could have passed it, given the time again.
Oh, but the ball just going loose. I don't think she realised she had it, did the girl who actually had the ball then for a second. It's like, oh, what's this thing?
No, again, that's probably just lack of experience of, the knowledge of you've got the ball, run with it.
So Illingworth, it's still 22 points to 6 by the way in favour of Sheffield Eagles. They scored all 4 of their tries in the first 15 minutes of the game. Illingworth have been ultra committed ever since, giving a fantastic account of themselves. They refuse to go away. Smith now in the middle, bouncing initially out of the challenge of Lendon, then taking a tackle on the 40-metre line. Lowry out to this right hand side, and Bentley, good tackle though.
Great tackle. She did well to keep hold of the ball though.
It was a real rushed effort there from Wood, wasn't it? Now out of dummy half comes Lilybell Hunter up towards the halfway line. Illingworth still the wrong side of the field as far as they're concerned. Last tackle, Walker hoists the bomb, a midfield bomb. Oh, and it's been spilled. Can they get on the end of it, Illingworth? There's a penalty to Sheffield anyway.
Yeah, I think she just took her out after she dropped the ball. I'm not sure if it was intentional. I think they may have just run into each other, but you can't tackle a person that doesn't have the ball.
And I think with the way that they asked about it, they've conceded another penalty.
Yeah, it was a tough call. I don't think it was intentional, but she still did it. So whether you're happy with it or not, I know it's a final and there's tempers flaring, but the referee's decision is final.
15 minutes or so of the game to go. Lendon will tap it on the 40-metre line inside dealing with half the field. Ball back on the infield now to Wood. There's a penalty heading Sheffield way. There's going to be a card shown. It's a yellow card for Regan Walker. Sin bin for a late tackle.
Yeah, Regan's got all the experience and she's probably not played it right there. She's getting frustrated as you are because your team's on the back foot and you want to do something, but that's probably a bit daft and she'll know that.
Certainly feeling the after effects of it is Simone Saunders. Saunders being helped back into the attacking line. And that's very sporting. If I was an Illingworth player, I think I would have rolled that ball away, not passed it to the referee. They'll come forward now, will Sheffield, though. Really decent field position. Wood with it. Throws a dummy. Tell you what, she nearly got away there as well, didn't she? She's 5 metres out from the line.
Yeah, great little run.
Off down the right. Tackle comes in. Mistake comes in as well from Green. Can breathe a sigh of relief, Illingworth.
Yeah, I think they will as well. I think Sheffield are just lacking a bit of composure at the minute. You know, it's just silly errors that they don't need to be making. But luckily for them, the score's in their favour, so they can make these errors. But if they really want to put this game to bed, they've got to just cut out them silly mistakes.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it seems like a common thing that we've kept saying, over the course of the game. This Sheffield side, we know they can play, they look like they can play, but sometimes they just overplay and they chuck that pass out that isn't really on.
Yeah, and it's probably come from the scoreboard. They've got a little bit more confidence. They think, they can try things, and you encourage your team to do that when they're winning. But I think they need to probably go back to what was working for them. They scored probably most of their tries really running hard and direct through the middle of the defence. So if that's what's working for you, you stick to it.
Tell you what, there was a lot of rearranging before that scrum got pat down. Illingworth now in possession, bringing the ball ever so close to the touchline again. I don't think I would have run that close. She's in touch as well as Bentley. Oh, she just drifted off too far really down this side.
Yeah, and that again probably just comes down to experience, and probably also wanting to make something happen. Your team's on the back foot, you're trying everything you can to get round and make something happen. Unfortunately, she just went a little bit too far, and it was, great defence from Sheffield.
So this will be a turnover. Sheffield to play this ball 10 metres out from the line, in the middle of the field. Down this left hand side with Arnold. Well held by 3. They keep asking the questions though to Sheffield. They've had themselves in this position more than once in this half. Short pass. Running it in is Parker. Almost sneaks in under the post. Will Wood have a go? No, she puts the ball out. It's been spilled. Illingworth get back on it. I think there's knock-ons both ways there. And again, it's just commitment. Bodies all over the place, isn't there, going for it?
Yeah, it's just, that they are running the right lines. It's just that them passes are not quite getting to the right place. They're a bit too high, or you're not quite making it to the players' hands, and therefore they're coming up with the errors. It seems to be a bit of a common theme at the minute.
So Illingworth looking to take possession again. I bet they don't do what they did last time. There you go, they've learned already. 22-6 still the score line. Running out of dummy half there was Murray. Waddington out to Smith. Just escapes the 20 metre line to Smith. Comes in field to Summer Hunter, who gets rid of it quickly. Now it's out down this right hand side. What a tackle that was. Great hit again from Wood.
Great tackle. She read it and she dealt with it.
And again. Great work out of dummy half. She's just so enthusiastic. A really enthusiastic player.
Yeah, I think she's earned her as well. Just some great commitment to, initially read the play and then to make the tackle so effectively as well, and then to back it up with another one that, they're the kind of plays that you need in these grand finals, and probably, help the team.
And certainly they're the guys that you look at and you think, whoa, that's inspiring, for me as a player, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. If you're stood next to someone and they're coming up with tackles like that, that spurs you on to do the same thing and gives you that boost of confidence.
Jess Oldroyd returning to the field for Illingworth. Sienna McPherson coming to the touchline. Referee wasn't happy because Waddington hadn't left the field yet. They were trying to get on with play. Now we're back underway. Hunter releasing it. Halfback's getting him involved. Tackles piling again on Bryony Crashaw from Illingworth. Parker thinks she's done something. Off left with McAuliffe. Nice kick, confidently taken by Green, who beats the first defender, beats the second, can't beat the third. McAuliffe's done well, and with the help of two other support players, she's gone into touch.
Yeah, and that's just great attitude in defence more than anything from Illingworth. You know, they're not winning the battle at the minute, but they got numbers over then and committed to driving and make sure she didn't not only go the full length of the pitch, but put her into touch as well.
I've got to say, this is a magnificent effort from Illingworth, and if you've only watched the last 60 minutes of this game, you'll have seen a really, really close grand final. But the first sort of 10 or 12 minutes, they belong to the Eagles, who were so dynamic. They got on the end of everything, and they put the points on the board.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's credit to Sheffield for capitalising when they did. You know, otherwise it could be a different story this game altogether. But clearly, you know, Illingworth just took a bit of time to come into the game, and maybe if, you know, they had have started like they're playing now, it would be a complete different ball game.
Good run from Stubley. Stubley plays it back to Oldroyd, gets the ball away under pressure to Hunter, who slips it further wide. That's a good run. It's a fine run coming down the touchline there from Cresswell.
Yeah, she did well to stay in there and just step back in at the last minute.
And again, running out of dummy half now is Murray. Oh, was that a little nudge forward? I thought I'd seen a knock on there. All our match officials don't look like they've seen it. Perhaps it wasn't. Kick comes in over the top from McAuliffe. He's chased everything, McAuliffe. Really impressive from an Illingworth point of view today.
Yeah, it was a good little kick, and she chased it through herself. Sheffield player just managed to collect it.
This is Nell Colclough, running strongly out of a defensive position towards the 20. Wriggling legs and hips as well to try and get to her feet. Palmer takes it right into the teeth of the line before offloading. We'll play it in the middle of the field with Sheffield Eagles, shuffled off left with Parker. Now Lendham with a run. Inspirational skipper Lendham. 16 tries this season for them. Off left with Parker. Links with Palmer. Further wide. Got a nice bit of space opening up in front of them there. Ball slipped to Claire Fisher. Fisher taking on the defence. Again, it's committee stuff from Illingworth. Penalty going away with the Eagles, so there's a high tackle somewhere earlier in the move.
Yeah, some good rugby there from Sheffield. I think maybe if she'd give that pass a little bit sooner, you know, the winger would have been in clear space. But for fair play to Illingworth defensively, they stood up.
So Illingworth tapped this Sheffield tapped this penalty. Sorry, Claire Fisher heads try line bound, but he's tackled well. Wood lining up the pass. In fact, no, she's dummy in. She sold them everything. Almost spun over for a second try. Wow, a live wire at dummy half. They'll go again. Sheffield getting the penalty. Summer Hunter too keen.
Yeah, I mean, you can't fault it.
No, you've got to give the penalty away there, haven't you? It's far better than giving away the points.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want lazy defenders on your try line, so.
Here comes Beth Arnold. Palmer at dummy half. Parker just to her right hand side. Takes possession, just Parker now. Just drifts across, looks for an offload, finds it. There's the fullback Green. Green gets away from one, gets away from two, throws it back on the infield. Oh, and again the just denied here, Sheffield.
Yeah, I think she should have just took that herself. She probably would have got over the line. It was a great run. All the defenders were going the other way, and she just cut back on the inside. But maybe just one pass to extra.
Tell you what, she's not looking well there. There's a yellow card that's also been shown to Debbie Smith.
I'm not sure what she's done, but again, Debbie's one of them players that's been around the game a long time, and she's got experience and probably just trying to do too much and done something she shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm still not sure looking at that anyway. Was it the inside tackle that we saw? I don't think it was the actual tackle which caused the injury. But referee taking a long deliberation on behalf of his touch judge. So 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah.
As far as our stopwatch goes, certainly I think there's about 10 minutes on the actual clock that's in the ground somewhere.
I think she may have said something from what he just signalled.
Ah.
I'm not 100% sure, but...
Saunders throws her weight at the line. It's a good tackle. Ball goes loose. It's getting really scrappy out there.
Yeah, but, I mean, you can't fault these players. They're giving it all they've got, but that just, when you're getting so eager and so feisty, skill kind of going out the window a little bit, and everyone's just wanting to play a little bit too much.
And I think that's where it is. It's been the keenness and the eagerness to really try and... it perhaps comes from the fact as well that this is the big stage, isn't it? This is the last dance. This is the grand final. You want to give your best, don't you? You want to put your best foot forward for everything that you do.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to come off that pitch and no matter what the score and say, well, I gave it my all, and sometimes that does mean our skill drops a little bit because we're that eager. But I mean, fair play to all the players. They've all definitely given it their all.
Oh, they have. There's going to be some bruised people tomorrow.
Definitely.
I won't fancy trying to get up in a 6 o'clock alarm, put it that way. Oh, that's a great run, by the way, from Mary. Outside the 20 metre line. Coming straight through the middle. Wow, she ran a long way there, did Gabby Caney.
Yeah, there's been some great runs in this Illingworth team. It's just willing someone else to go with them. They seem to be running on their own and need that little bit of push.
McPherson up to the halfway line. Oldroyd down the right hand side. See, that was a good pass, but they weren't quite up with play. It's a good job it was cleaned up by Cresswell, who's looked dangerous. She's running across field though now, needs to find some way forward, which she does.
Yeah, she did well to clean that up.
Last tackle as far as Illingworth are concerned. McAuliffe. Nice kick actually, goes in behind the full back. I like the idea, but just picks up a bit too much momentum and goes harmlessly dead in the end, so it's a 7 tackle set.
Yeah, it was quite a rushed kick. I thought she was facing the other way, and it came out quite a decent kick, but like you say, it bounced and just went a little bit too deep.
Yeah, it did look like she wanted to get on the other side, really, didn't it? Because the defence had rushed her, she had to kick it from the other down the other way.
Yeah, but yeah, she did well to get the kick away, to be fair. But
ball goes loose off Arnold, but there's another penalty. Hands in. So Regan Walker is back on the field. So now they're back up to 12 players, with Debbie Smith also in the bin.
They've done well not to concede any points. You know why they have had players in the sin bin. They've been playing with 11 players at one point, and still Sheffield have not managed to score. So that's credit to Illingsworth's defence.
Tell you what, that was a forceful challenge as well on Lendon. Skipper eventually plays it back, but it's a slow one. And Saunders picks up the metres for Sheffield, 40 out from the line. Off it comes left to Parker. Oops, just loses a foot in. Still made some decent ground up towards the 20 metre line. Off out of dummy half goes Thomas. Again, really forceful running. Saunders pushes the ball right. Green beats one, beats two. Still going Green, gets it back on the infield. They're going to go in. First try of the second half for Sheffield Eagles. That'll probably win the game. It's Phoebe Evans scoring her second try of the game. What a lovely inside ball.
Yeah, that was a great pass. It looked for all money that Illingworth had managed to defend the running threat, but she just managed to get the ball away somehow. Great pass and a great try.
Wow, that was great play, by the way. when we see this on the replay, you see Green skipping off, beating one, holding off the second, then getting the offload away. Lovely offload, and Phoebe Evans going in for her second try. So 26 points to 6 the scoreline. 5 minutes remaining or thereabouts. Green, I think I mentioned before, she kicked 93 goals during the regular season. Oh, just short on that one.
That was a very, very good effort. Just, you know, yeah, like you said, just dropped a little bit short, but you can see she's a natural kicker of the ball.
And again, we're just seeing the replay, and this all came out of Green, didn't it, really? Being really strong on the far side and having the presence of mind just to pop the ball out.
Yeah, great bit of rugby. You know, she left, I think, 3 of them on the floor and still managed to get the ball away. So great effort from a great try.
So 26 points to 6 into the closing stages of this game. We're at that sort of stage where we're looking around at, you know, potential players of the game. I've got 2 in mind from a Sheffield point of view. First of all, the hooker Agnes Wood, who's just been so dynamic whenever she's been on the field, and certainly her first 20-25 minutes was sensational in this game. And then prop forward Cap Auger, who scored a couple of tries. So the Eagles still in possession, all wrapped up. They can just enjoy this last few minutes. Taylor Coates plays it, comes off down the left hand side to Palmer. Palmer tackled by 3.
I think Sheffield just need to complete the sets now and get a good kick away.
I think that must be going through the mind of Lendon. Probably going through the mind of the halfbacks as well. Well, that's as good as a completion. It's a penalty their way. Regan Walker having some interaction with the crowd. Referee will have a quick word with the skipper.
Yeah, I think that's just frustration from all the players. You know, you're in a final, you want to win, and things don't start going your way. It can get frustrating, but you've just got to, you know, keep composed and just play the game for the full 80 minutes by the rules.
So attack taken. Sheffield come forward through Lendon, who goes right through that from Walker. The crowd feel vindicated.
Yeah, I mean, it was a brave run, you know. I would have run straight there.
And now, still continuing down this left-hand side is Mulvey. And so the last time these two sides met, it was 30 points to 6 in favour of Sheffield. They're looking to repeat it. Tell you what, that's a decent running centre field from Tori Thomas. She set off out of dummy half like a rocket. Now 12 metres out, just to the left hand side of the post. Good carry from Arnold. Spinning as well, looking for the support. Thomas was just organising for the next play. Just 5 metres away from the line. Thomas. Oh, she spotted a gap. That defence is masked up again superbly.
Yeah, I thought she was going to walk in there, but they just managed to pull her back.
Last tackle and spinning the ball across the centre of the ground. Off to the right hand side. Green's got a bit of space. Big handoff comes in. She's still going here, Green. Curves back to the middle. Offloads. Can they get in? Oh, through the post. Has she touched it down? She's not touched it down. I tell you what, the post has come to Illingworth's safe, you there.
I think the post has just made a try-saving tackle.
It's a superb tackle from the post. Wow. Oh, I tell you what, anywhere else on the field, she scores that try, doesn't she?
Definitely.
Illingworth back in possession, trailing by 26 points to 6. It could have been ever so different had the heads gone down after conceding the 4th try that they did in the 15th minute. But they'll take an awful lot of credit from this game. Sheffield, they'll come away from this as victors. And you know what? I'm going to call it. I'm going to say our player of the game is Sheffield Eagles number 9, Agnes Woodoo. I'm not sure he's out there at the moment, but she was very, very good in the time when Sheffield were dominant.
Yeah, I think fully deserved. There's been some great players on both teams, but she's just been solid, made some great runs.
Yeah, she's actually on the touchline at the moment. She's actually on the touchline. She's received a hug. Maybe somebody's whispered in her ear that we've already done the call.
I think that it was going to sound. I think that's what they're getting excited for.
Yeah, it's probably nothing that we've said, to be fair. I was just building up the excitement. So, the Eagles coming down the left-hand side. Oh, ball's a bit loose. Still, it's live.
Great effort to push it back there.
Well, the crowd getting involved. They have got involved in this game, the crowd. We can hear them from our commentary position. The support has been tremendous for both these teams. Into the last few seconds. Hooter goes. Lendon going for the line. Still going. Eventually put to the deck. And Sheffield Eagles have done it in their very first season of existence. They've not only topped the Championship 1 table, they've gone and won the grand final. What a performance. Well, what a win. Perhaps it'll go down as a great 20-minute performance, and some tremendous defence. It's been such commitment that we've seen from both sides today, but the story is all about the Eagles, isn't it?
Yeah, in finals, a wise man once told me it doesn't matter how you win, you've just got to win, and that's exactly what Sheffield have done. It might not be the prettiest, they might not have performed the best for 80 minutes, but they've scored more points than the opposition, and in finals rugby that's all you have to do, so they'll enjoy this, and fair credit to them because they deserve it.
Yeah, they do deserve it. They have been the better side, there's no doubt about that. The commitment level that has been shown by Illingworth, because there's times when, don't get me wrong, in any game of rugby league you get 20 plus points behind and you start to feel sorry for yourself. I don't care who you are, I don't care what level you're playing at, but this Illingworth side, they never did that. They still stuck in it.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it would have been very easy for Illingworth to go, well, we're really behind here, we probably can't pull this back, what's the point? But they never did, and they never looked like they'd given in, not until the final hooter went. So that's fair credit to them, and they'll learn a lot from that game, and definitely have a lot they can work on, and I don't think they should be too hard on themselves. They've really put on a display there.
Oh, look at these scenes as well from a Sheffield Eagles point of view. Absolutely wonderful. That's why you're involved in rugby league, for moments like this. I mean, they've only just come into existence at the start of the. There's the coach saying his words and then getting a big hug. That is what it's all about, isn't it? I just love rugby league.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's what we play for, And everyone that says, it's not all about winning. Of course it is. We don't play to lose. And when you've put in all the effort all season, and it comes down to a victory at the end in the grand final and some trophy and some silverware, then it's all worthwhile. All them times you've spent with your teammates and your coaches, that's what it all means to them.
And for every winner, there's a runner-up, and just look at that Illingworth side going up the back of the stand opposite, receiving pats on the backs and hugs and the full support of their supporters who played their full part in this game as well.
Yeah, definitely, and their fans, friends and family, they'll be proud of the display that they put on. They gave it 110% the whole way through, so you can't really ask for any more than that.
And now Sheffield also going up into the stand to just see friends, family share these moments, and when you have achieved something like this and you've gone into a grand final or you've won a competition, these are always such emotional moments, aren't they? You almost don't know what to do. you realise that you should celebrate and you're a bit delirious, but then it's what comes after that, so I don't blame anybody for going up there, getting the words and like hugs from the families and friends.
Yeah, definitely, and you're in a bit of a whirlwind. I've been lucky enough to play in a few finals and win a few, and it's something that you don't really remember it at the time. You're trying to take in all the emotions, but seeing your friends and your family and having pictures and things like that are things that you look back on and remember. So it's just as important to have that time. Because, like you say, you're in the moment. You don't really know what's going on, and you want to remember it, but you want to enjoy it at the same time. So they'll all be doing that now, and thoroughly deserved, because that's the reward for getting into a final.
I've got to say, I don't envy whoever the officials are if they're wanting to get either of these sides back out on the pitch for the presentation.
Yeah, and I think they might be waiting a while. I think some of them have gone right up to the top there, but they'll come back down eventually, when they realise it, they want the medals.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, these are brilliant scenes, and as I say, being involved in rugby league and sort of covering the game at all of its levels, you do really appreciate these moments, and obviously I've had one of these moments myself very recently, being out with the England Community Lions in Italy, when there was so much emotion around playing France in that final. So I know exactly how these teams are feeling at this moment in time.
Yeah, I think emotional is one word to describe a final. It has everything. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll be in pain, but you'll remember it.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, Rachel, but there's someone who's wearing the best eagle outfit that I have ever seen. It's a little kid in the crowd. Oh, that is beautiful. Right in the centre of your picture, in the top. That's your little eagle. And who knows, in a few years' time, they'll be playing for Sheffield. That's cute. I like that.
It is, and they look nice and warm as well.
It is, yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, in fact, they could go and settle those from a club point of view, couldn't they? I bet nobody's thought of that. So it's all starting to get some order. Both sides coming back down pitch side. Meanwhile, because of the closeness of the next match, Ultramarines have gone out there for a run around, haven't they, to start their warm-ups. So now both sides have regathered themselves and their composure. They're out on the fields. We can start the presentations. So we won't be too far away from trophies being handed out. Both sides being encouraged to link together, and the match officials, they're going to be awarded first of all. So well done to Zach Brooker, Simeon Quamby and Fergus Brown for the way that they have dealt with things this afternoon. Testing at times, but they've done a good job. They kept the game flowing.
Yeah, they did. The games would go ahead without the match officials, and they've had a lot of women to deal with. So yeah, fair play to them, and well done.
And the player of the match, well, it was a good choice. Agnes Wood going to pick up her player of the match award. Dynamic throughout. Shakes the hand of rugby league official Dave Raybould and picks up a lovely trophy for the mantelpiece. Look at what she means to her. She skips back in to join her teammates. And for every winner we've got a runners up. And Illingworth, gallant in defeat. So they'll come forward and pick up their runners up medals. I always think still something to cherish, because you've been part of something, haven't you? You're part of a historic occasion. You know, people can talk about events at Odsal that have happened down here for years and years and years and stuff, but these finals today, they form part of that tapestry now.
Yeah, definitely. I think you know, the first ever grand final I won was here at Odsal, and definitely, like you say, you remember all the moments, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you know, every it's all part of any sport, but you know, it's always good to look back and remember that you've even been in a final, win or lose it.
And now we'll have the presentation for the winners. You can already see the couple of boards that have been set up where the team's going to celebrate behind. There's bound to be some bubbly about somewhere as well.
You'd like to hope so.
So now, Beth Arnold will lead her side. The crowd pick up their noise. And each and every one of these players have played their part this afternoon. The Eagles deservedly winning in the end by 26 points to 6. And you know, whenever you get the strains of that famous Queen song, that you're not far away from a trophy being lifted.
Yeah, brings back a lot of memories.
So there's two try Phoebe Evans receiving her lovely scenes. Simone Saunders taking her winner's medal as well. And there's the skipper, Pete Lendon, who with the help of Sarah Palmer will go and now join their teammates. And this for the Sheffield Eagles clubhouse wall champions. Championship 1 2022. It's your Sheffield Eagles. History made into the books and onto the club walls. There we go. So Rachel, thank you ever so much for your efforts in this game. We will very soon be on again for the championship final. That is Salford against Alton Radix. That's coming up at 3 p.m. But we'll leave you with these super scenes of Sheffield Eagles celebrating their victory with the trophy and the shield.